Now we will discuss what is the impact of partition on the mentality of people of Sialkot. The freedom days were advancing and the clamor for Pakistan by Muslim leaders were also raised. The partition of the Indian subcontinent was also anticipated by the leaders of the Muslim League. The Indian National Congress and the stalwarts of the Congress, including Gandhi, failed to contain the magnetic charisma of Jinnah's personality among the religious minority Muslims. He became the messiah of these religious minority Muslim people. He outmatched Mahatma Gandhi among the Muslims concerning his popularity. He became more acceptable to them in comparison to other leaders of the Congress, including Gandhi. It became visible to the political leaders that the Indian subcontinent will be divided on the issue of religion. The novel captures the plight of Hindu people living in Sialkot. Sialkot is a city of West Punjab during the period of partition. As we know that Lala Kashiram was a political conscious person and he had kept his close eyes on the recent political developments concerning partition. He had struggled hard and struggled throughout his life to attain the present status. He had been quite eager and serious to know the fate of Sialkot, the place he was born and brought up. The city was like his mother. He was desperately waiting for the much awaited announcement of Viceroy on 3rd of June 1947. The life of Lala Kashiram was running peacefully, but he was worried about the announcement which was accepted by the top leadership of the Indian National Congress. The average people like Lala Kashiram had deep faith in Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi had declared that he will never allow the division of India. But at the same time, Gandhi committed a grave political error by visiting Jinnah's place and discussed several political matters. He was accompanied by Rajat. Sialkot was the part of undivided India lying in the west of the Punjab province. The fate of Sialkot was not known to the minority Hindu. There was fear among the Hindus. Lala Kashiram was one such desperate Hindu worried about his future. He had struggled more than a quarter of a century to reach his present position. He was in deep despair and anguish and whispered, "Everything will be ruined if Pakistan is created." There was general belief among the Muslim people that Pakistan will be granted by British rule. They felt that the political party of India will also agree. Arun had serious reservation on the working of the political parties. They promised to grant united India but did not get success. Gandhi had been there since 30 years in Indian politics and he always advocated for united India. But Jinnah had outmatched his charisma among the Muslims. His Muslim League had gained wide support among the Muslims, sensing the mood and temper of the Muslim majority of Sialkot. Arun told his mother Prabhadevi that there is full possibility of making Pakistan. A flicker of fear passed over the face of Prabhadevi. She asked him why did he think so. Arun told it was the general feeling in Sialkot. The creation of Pakistan was not announced, but the Muslim people had taken it granted because of the political climate of the country. The Hindu of Sialkot had deep faith on Mahatma Gandhi. If nothing else worked, his fast unto death always did. These Hindu believed that Mahatma Gandhi would never stand in support of the division of India. Lala Kashiram, Lala Radheshyam, and Lala Samsher were talking that Mahatma Gandhi would never let to do anything that will harm the people. But the Muslim shopkeepers were certain that Pakistan will come to the existence. Muslim League had worked tirelessly among the Muslims and convinced them that Congress is the party not meant for the Muslims. The interest of the Muslim people will be seen and addressed by the party like the Muslim League. The Congress party was not enough powerful to counter the Muslim League among the Muslim people. The first and the foremost choice of the average Muslim became Muslim League. The people like Abdul Khan see the Hindu people with suspicion. But the Muslim League had slowly made him aware of the threat to him in a free Hindu India. It was not a question of his personal view. The League or Jinnah Sahib knew better. They said, "We were Hindu neighbor with suspicion," and he did that. They said there should be Pakistan, and he shouted for Pakistan. The social fabric of the nation was distorted by the rising temperature of communalism. The announcement of Pakistan was nothing but mere ritual believed by the Muslims. But the Hindus of Sialkot were not ready to accept it so easily. They had firm faith on the leadership of the Congress and Mahatma Gandhi. People of Sialkot also thought that the British Viceroy would never give Pakistan. At last, the radio needle was settled to hear for much awaited broadcast. At first, the Viceroy came to air. The accent of spoken English of the Viceroy was quite different from the Indian leaders. The people sitting in the room did not understand anything. Arun, the college going student, was well aware of English language. He told his father and other people gathered in the room that the Viceroy had accepted partition. India will be divided. He showed the gesture in figure of two. Next to Viceroy was the Congress leader Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehru was the seasoned leader of the Congress. He was next to Gandhi in the Congress. He was admired and loved by the millions of people. They liked his rebuke and scolding. He aired his views in favor of partition. The tenants of Bibi Amar the tenants of Bibi Amarwati had lost their hope. Nehru expressed his view: have partition if there is no other way, have it that way. We are willing to make sacrifices. The tenants of Bibi Amarwati anticipated killing and looting. The Hindus of Sialkot had lost their hope. They felt that the partition will completely ruin them. After all, Jinnah outmatched all the Hindus and Muslim leaders of the Congress and secured Pakistan for the Muslim people. Jinnah's jugglery triumphed the Muslim psyche. The leader of the Muslim League, Jinnah, also aired his view and ended his speech with his long awaited sacred words: Pakistan Jindabad, long live Pakistan. The Sikh leader Sardar Balwant Singh also accepted Pakistan. Pakistan, which was earlier an imaginary homeland for Muslims, had become reality. Lala Kasiram did not want to accept this truth. He wanted to continue in Pakistan, but Arun sensed the ensuing danger and told him to become realistic. The sacred land of Pakistan was sanctioned much against the wish of Hindus of Pakistan and the Indian National Congress. The Hindus and Sikhs had no option but to devise their own future plan. Arun shouted that it was a betrayal. Mukunda's old mother asked if Gandhi had agreed to it. The Indian National Congress politically surrendered before the Muslim League. The communal party headed by Jinnah defeated the Congress party at Gandhi. The hopes of lakhs of Hindus living in Pakistan shattered to dust. These Hindus were well aware of their worst future. The sacrifice on the name of freedom by Nehru was nothing but to exile Hindus from their ancestral land. They were forced to leave the land of their ancestors. There was a complete silence in the room after the broadcast. The Hindus took their food without interest. Now they had known their fate. They were Hindu, a kafir living in sacred soil of Muslim homeland Pakistan. In this way, partition of India impact adversely on the mentality of the people of Sialkot.